Hello, this is Stephanie Risk, and this presentation was done for the Instructional Needs Analysis course at George Washington University. First, I'll give you a little background on the project. The client was a large nonprofit organization. Within that, the Department of Professional Training was instituting a new customer resource management system, otherwise known as a CRM. The marketing team, which consisted of 2 staff people, required training on this system and had no mentionable experience with systems of this type in the past. So what we did to complete the project was, first we had an initial meeting with the director of the department to become familiar with the situation and the desired goals for the training needs analysis. And then we reviewed a number of pieces of data that were available. This included financial information from the past 3 years, registration information for all the product lines within the department, and planning and strategy documents for marketing, and also web and email analytics. Finally, we conducted interviews with the learners and their superiors. What we learned as a result of all this activity was quite a few interesting things. In the initial meeting with the director of the department, it became clear that he believed there were serious performance issues with the marketing team, and he was hoping that this system would improve that performance. His single metric for performance was revenue. The financial information from the past 3 years indicated a steady drop in revenue, and while the economy definitely impacted the financial performance, they had fairly conservative budget goals for every one of those years, and were not able to meet those over time. The registration information obviously confirmed this decrease. The planning and strategy documents for the marketing team were in various states of revision and never included measurable marketing goals related to customer segments or product lines or promotional packages or anything. The interviews with all the parties made it clear that there were high hopes that this new system would give them the tools to support their marketing activities, and that also this would result in improving their performance. But perhaps the most important finding was that the lack of strategy and direction, coupled with an almost complete dearth of knowledge about how a system such as this can be used, would make it really difficult for a training solution to be applicable for this team. For example, with a brand new database system, the team needs to be able to make design decisions to ensure that the most important data that they need is accessible, it's searchable, it's specific enough to support an overall strategy. And without a strategy, those decisions would be made with fairly weak support, and therefore the results would be even weaker. In synthesizing all these findings, it was clear that higher level strategic issues needed to be addressed in order for any performance improvement to result from instituting this system. So, in presenting my draft report to the department director, I recommended 2 learning experiences. The first would focus on the potential uses, best practices that similar businesses use when instituting a CRM, and ideally this experience would be the catalyst for the team to finalize a marketing strategy and be prepared to make the design decisions they need to implement the system. And then the second half of the learning experience would take on a more consultative one-on-one style and would result in a fully implemented system that actually does serve some stated goals. And the department director agreed with this approach and was enthusiastic about supporting the planning efforts that were needed. I hope you enjoyed this presentation.